Hello, 5th grade. Welcome to music class. So today we're going to work on our head voice with a greeting, and you won't have to sing it in front of your class. You can just sing it to yourself. Then we are going to do the alligator round. I am going to sing one part, and I have a recorded part of me singing it on my phone, so you can pick which part you want to start with, the beginning or the end, to practice singing it around. We are going to review TiKaTiKa, TiKaTiKa, Tam-T, and T-Tam. We're doing 2 new songs, Frog When a Courtin' and 2 Birds. They're going to work on the rhythms that we are going to do, and you have an assignment at the end, so you have to watch the whole video to see what that is. But you're going to record yourself either doing 2 Birds or Frog When a Courtin', and you're going to send it in to me. And then for additional things, there will be a resource link after this. It will have Frog When a Courtin', 2 Birds. There's a video on note names in the treble clef, which we have been going over in class. You are responsible for the treble clef note names. And that's about it. So to begin with my younger grades, if you have siblings or if you have shared them with someone, I have other videos where I have lots of other puppets. We're only going to use Simon with you guys. I'm going to sing to Simon, you're going to sing back to Simon, and make sure you're getting to your head voice. That's that high voice that a lot of you have accomplished and some of you have not done in class. Hello, Simon. Hello, Miss Jack. That would be awesome. This, however, thumb up or down if this is correct. If you have your thumb down, you are correct. It is wrong. That is way too high. And is this correct? Hello, Miss Jack. No. So that would be speaking. Hello, Miss Jack. Is making sure you're matching the pitch. So you're just as high as I was, and you're using your singing voice. Alligator, the round. We've done it so many times, I'm sure a lot of you remember it. If not, I will sing it once for you. You're welcome to sing it along with me or just take a listen. Have you ever been down the water spout to the very bottom of the water system? There you'll find a little alligator who goes by the name of Alfred. If you do, he's mine. I lost him. I threw him down the water spout, and now I'm feeling lonely 'cause he's gone. I miss him. Okay. Now, I'm going to have my phone, which is me, recorded on my phone, play. You can start singing with the phone, or you can start singing with me. It's both me. Here we go. Have you ever been down the water spout to the very bottom of the water system? There you'll find a little alligator who goes by the name of Alfred. If you do, he's mine. I lost him. I threw him down the water spout, and now I'm feeling lonely 'cause he's gone. I miss him. Have you ever been down the water spout to the very bottom of the water system? There you'll find a little alligator who goes by the name of Alfred. If you do, he's mine. I lost him. I threw him down the water spout, and now I'm feeling lonely 'cause he's gone. I miss him. And that repeats again. So that is Alfred. That is our round with Alfred. Hopefully you were able to stay with the part there. I also have review of some rhythms. These rhythms are super important. The first one is this rhythm. Take a look here. Please clap this rhythm. If you clapped this, you were correct. Please clap and say the rhythm. If you did this, TiKaTiKa, you were correct. It's TiKaTiKa. And these are 16th notes. Notice how they have that double bar over top of them. If they didn't have that double bar, they would be 8th notes, but these are 16th notes. TiKaTiKa. Next one we have here is our TiKaTiKa and TiKaTi. So TiKaTiKa, TiKaTi. This is 1/8 note barred to 2 16th notes, and this is 2 16th notes and it's barred to an 8th note. So we have TiKaTiKa, TiKaTiKa. Try it with me. TiKaTiKa, TiKaTiKa. TiKaTiKa. This here is Tom T and T-Tom. Tom T, T-Tom. Who knows what this one is called? I'm pointing to this, and it includes the dot. So the dotted what? It's called a dotted quarter note. A quarter note gets how many beats? 1. And the dot means that it gets half of the note's value. So this one gets 1.5 beats. An 8th note here, this is a single 8th note because it's not barred to another one, only gets half a beat. So this is 1, 2, and this is 1 and 2 and. The easy way to remember is just Tom T and T-Tom. Tom T, T-Tom. So that is this rhythm here. Dotted quarter note, super important to remember. Okay, those are our rhythm cards. And now we're going to get to our songs. The first one I'm going to do is our Two Little Birds. This is what it looks like here. And if you could, while looking at the screen, could you point to where you see the TiKaTi? And could you point to where you see the TiKaTiKa? All right, so let me get in the screen here so you can see me and the music at the same time. So we have TiKaTiKa. That's the first part. Too little. TiKaTiKa. Then we find another rhythm, which is TiKaTiKa, Jack, Anna. But other named is not quite the same because that is TiKaTi. So fast notes and then a longer note. TiKaTi. Other named. Down here is fly away. So that's TiKaTi. The other flyaway is the same. TiKaTi, fly away. And the other ones are just our tas and our titis. So if you were going to look at this music and you were going to clap it, I'm going to snap it just because that'd be easier since I'm holding this. It would be TiKaTi, Ti-ti-ta. Ti-ti-ti, TiKaTiKa-ti-ta. TiKaTi-ta, TiKaTi-ta, Ti-ti-ta, Ti-ti-ta. Singing it sounds like this. Two little birds sat on a hill, one named Jack and the other named Jill. Fly away, Jack, fly away, Jill. Come back, Jack, come back, Jill. And now, to hear it from a different way, I'm going to play it on this instrument. Who can tell me what this instrument is? And how many of you play this instrument? What instrument family is this from? It is a woodwind instrument. Woodwind instruments include flute, clarinet, saxophone, piccolo, oboe, bassoon, and your bass clarinet. So I played the notes that were on this page. Take a look again at the notes here. They are in your treble clef. Who can tell me what the first note of this song is? If you said D, you were correct. We haven't gone over that in class, but that is the first space underneath the F there. So that is D. Sometimes people think D face when they're thinking of the spaces. Just remember that D is right underneath the staff. So we have D, and this is actually low in the flute range. So I'm going to play it up the octave. So it's the same notes, but it is just 8 notes higher. So thinking octagon, you have 8 sides. If you're thinking an octave, that would be 8 notes higher. So this is what it sounds like in a range that would be a little bit more comfortable for this instrument. So that is my Blackbird song. There we go. Sorry, 2 little birds. I don't know why I called it Blackbird. On the bottom of this page here, it gives some other instruction. The first one goes, what kind of notes are those? The one on top. Those would be quarter notes. We have D, 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 D. Quarter, 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 or ta, 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 ta. The one on the bottom, kind of notes are those? Those are 8th notes. They're just not barred together. So that's T, 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 T. So if you are to perform or record this song, you are required to do the bottom part. So you will be singing the top part, which we learned. 2 little birds sat on a hill, one named Jack and the other named Jill. Fly away, Jack, fly away, Jill. Come back, Jack, come back, Jill. If you do that, you will remember it. Let's do it together. 2 little birds sat on a hill, one named Jack and the other named Jill. Fly away, Jack, fly away, Jill. Come back, Jack, come back, Jill. So that is the lyrics. Pretty simple melody, but we have those rhythms that we're working on. Now we have to do the bottom part, which was, we said D, 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 D. Now I have an instrument here. I know you can't see me, but here we go. I brought my xylophone, and we have low D, high D. 2 little birds sat on a hill, one named Jack and the other named Jill. Fly away, Jack, fly away, Jill. Come back, Jack, come back, Jill. That's the quarter notes. Tas. Now the TTs sound like this. 2 little birds sat on a hill, one named Jack and the other named Jill. Fly away, Jack, fly away, Jill. Come back, Jack, come back, Jill. So that would be both parts. Now, I know you don't have a xylophone at home. I thought this through. So I have some options and things you can do. You can be creative. You need 2 different pitches. My first thought was water glasses. So I have water glasses, and I just spilled water on me. This water glass, if you can see here, is filled to the top. This water glass is not. Filled a tiny bit eighth or something like that. Not very much. So that's my pitches. 2. That's my starting note. I'm going to pick what the glass sounds like. And this one's much higher. This is as high as this glass gets. So this sounds like this. 2 little birds sat on a hill. One named Chuck and the other named Jill. Fly away, Chuck. Fly away, Jill. Come back, Chuck. Come back, Jill. So I did that with filling my glasses of water. And then to do the second part was 2, 1, 2. Here we go. 2 little birds sat on a hill. One named Chuck and the other named Jill. Fly away, Chuck. Fly away, Jill. Come back, Chuck. Come back, Jill. That's using the water glasses and just a regular old spoon. Nothing fancy. Put my glasses over there. Other thing was pop. 2 little birds sat on a hill. One named Chuck. You got the idea. There's 2 different pitches. They weren't as precise as the water glasses, but you need 2 different pitches. One needs to be lower and one needs to be higher. It's great if it's the same pitch. I mean, it's great if the first pitch is the same that your voice starts with, like I did there. I found out that water glass was 2. I had to fill it up and dump it a couple times to figure that out. So that's one option. Record 2 little birds. Be as creative as you want. I mean, you could even add in, like, you could have your sister, your brother play the popcorn as an egg shaker. You can do anything, but you're not using traditional instruments. You are using household items to make the pitches. So that's important for the exploration there. And this will be on your resource page as well. So you can see the bottom, which you're playing while you are singing the top part. The other piece I have is called King Kong Kitschy. Now, King Kong Kitschy here has 3 verses. I'm going to sing it for you so you can hear what it sounds like. I thought this keyboard was on. It is not. So it sounds like this. Frog, frog went a courting and he did right. King Kong Kitschy, Kitschy, give me all. Sword and a pistol by his side. King Kong Kitschy, Kitschy, give me all. Kimmo, 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 way down yonder in a hollow tree. An owl and a bat and a bumblebee. King Kong Kitschy, Kitschy, give me all. Rode till he came to Miss Mousie's door. King Kong Kitschy, Kitschy, give me all. Found Miss Mousie sweeping the floor. King Kong Kitschy, Kitschy, give me all. Kimmo, 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 way down yonder in the hollow tree. An owl and a bat and a bumblebee. King Kong Kitschy, Kitschy, give me all. He took Miss Mousie on his knee. King Kong Kitschy, Kitschy, give me all. Said Miss Mousie, will you marry me? King Kong Kitschy, Kitschy, give me all. Kimmo, 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 way down yonder in the hollow tree. An owl and a bat and a bumblebee. King Kong Kitschy, Kitschy, give me all. This song has 3 verses. So the first verse is underneath the notes here. You read it left to right. And then where it says refrain, refrain is repeated. So you do first verse here, you do the refrain, then you do the second verse, then you go back to the refrain, then you do the third verse, and then you go back to the refrain. If any of you are in church, a lot of church hymnals are written this way, where it's the first verse, refrain, second verse, refrain, third verse, refrain. Pop songs are written this way too. They have a verse, chorus, you usually call it, but that's a refrain or chorus. They can use interchangeably, the words. Then you have verse 3, and then you go to the refrain or the chorus. But this piece says refrain. So that's important to know how to follow along with the music there. Now I picked this piece because, can you please tell me, while looking at it, what rhythm is in this piece that we went over in the very, not beginning, but very close to the beginning of this lesson? Tom-T, 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 Tom-T. Dotted quarter and an eighth. Tom-T, Tom-T. Very important rhythm. Sometimes that will trip us up. Remember, it's Tom-T, Tom-T. Or 1, 2, and. So for this one, very similar as of the last exercise. You will sing it. It has many more words, but the idea is to show the difference between verse and refrain. Or if you want to call refrain chorus, that's okay. I'm fine with either word, but because it says refrain in this, not to confuse you, verse, refrain, verse, refrain, verse, refrain. So I'll give an example so we can see. We're going to keep the steady beat. I chose popcorn for my verses, and for my refrain, I am going to use my pot. Let me see if I can keep it next to me and not drop it. Okay, here we go. I'm only going to do verse 1, refrain, verse 2, and then refrain. Frog went a-courtin' and he did ride. King Kong, kitchy, gimme-o. Sword and a pistol by his side. King Kong, kitchy, gimme-o. Kim-o, 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 kim. Way down yonder in the hollow tree. An owl and a bat and a bumblebee. King Kong, kitchy, gimme-o. Rode till he came to Miss Mousie's door. King Kong, kitchy, gimme-o. Found Miss Mousie sweeping the floor. King Kong, kitchy, gimme-o. Kim-o, 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 kim. Way down yonder in the hollow tree. An owl and a bat and a bumblebee. King Kong, kitchy, gimme-o. And then, of course, there's verse 3 and the refrain. Popcorn, pan. So you could tell, I knew when I was singing the verse, popcorn. When I was singing the refrain, pot. So that would be, I knew the difference there. What I'm looking for is things that we've done in chorus class and our regular music class, where it's important that there's so many words with this one. If you're going to choose this one, you need to make sure you're pronouncing the words really well and you can keep the pitch of the song. To practice it, I'm going to play it on piano so you can hear what the notes sound like. So those are the notes there. You can always practice with this. You can pause and play it so you can hear and sing with those correct notes. Super important. And make sure you have good diction, which that is pronouncing our words so you can understand it. Because this one is a story. We have a story about the frog, and he had a sword and a pistol, and he was riding, and he went to the hollow tree, and then he came to Miss Mousie's door, and she was sweeping the floor, and then it goes back to he had a sword and his pistol by his side, and it's a big build-up, and then he asked the mouse to marry him. So the only way you're going to understand this song, and the person you're telling the story to, because it's definitely a story about a frog and a mouse, is by having good diction. Now this gets taken a little bit further. Send me the videos. and I will choose my favorite one of Two Little Birds and my favorite one of King Kong Kitschy, and I will then share it with kindergarten and first grade so that they can see the fifth graders singing some songs that we're doing in class. Good job with the rhythms. I just got water or something on me from my pot, or I have no idea. But regardless, very good job. Thank you for following along. Good job with the rhythms. I will have those additional resources such as the notes that you will practice. Treble, clef notes, super important. One thing with the video, the man in the video, I like this video, I really do. He says stave. Staff. Let's stick with staff. S-T-A-F-F. That's the one thing I wasn't too thrilled about. Remember, it's every good boy does fine is what I taught you, but there can be different acronyms for the lines. That's okay as well. All right. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.